Hello and welcome to this video series. We're checking out submissions to the Dungeoncrawler Gamejam of 2023. This time we will have a look at Veil of Madness by SolSkyre. And before we jump into the game, we will have a look at the description here on itch.io. Welcome to Veil of Madness, the horror dungeon crawler that will take you on a spine-tingling journey through a decaying Victorian mansion and its overgrown forgotten gardens. You can play up to 4 characters and play as brave adventurer determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the mansion's walls. There are some known issues like missing a strafe keys, proper character customization, and some visual elements that are still temporary, like UI elements. Also, the game lacks detailed playtesting. When you start the game after character customization, there's a 3-page tutorial that sums up the controls and UI elements. Consider checking it before starting to play the game. Also, here's the control scheme. WSD movement buttons, 1 and 2 attack buttons for left and right hand respectively. These are context sensitive, which means if there is no enemy or an interactable area in front, they do not work. I opens the inventory screen. It supports the drag and drop items. You need to place the weapons into the character's hands to use them. Escape in-game menu. And Q&E buttons are for strafe but are not implemented at the moment. Sorry. Okay, that's not a problem. So I will copy and paste this into my notes, and with that, let's start the game. And here we are in Veil of Madness. So options are not available. Let's check the credits. Onur Samli doing story visual scripting, SFX, sound effects, and Oral Samli story programming and music. Alright. I already like the background ambient track. This animations and the sound makes it feel like value. Well, let's start a new game. Background, the graphics generally and the interface also looks great. Okay, so I have 4 characters and apparently the classes are fixed. No one knew where he had come from or why he had chosen to make his home a shack deep within the Northwood Forest. Some whispered that he was searching for ancient artifacts of great power, hidden away in the crumbling ruins of the neighboring old city. Regardless of his true purpose, the occultist was a figure to be reckoned with. He was feared and respected by all who encountered him, his presence always leaving a mark on those he encountered. It was said that he could see into the hearts of men, divining their deepest fears and desires with a single glance, and those who dared to cross him often met with dire consequences. He is a master of conjuration. Would you like to continue with the occultist character? No? Ah, okay. So we have to select one of these characters. This is not our whole party. The detective was a man of mystery, his past shrouded in secrecy. No one knew how he had acquired the skills and knowledge that made him one of the most sought-after detectives in the land. Whatever his origins, the detective was a formidable force to be reckoned with. His sharp mind and keen eye for detail were unparalleled, and he was feared and respected by all who encountered him. He was a solitary figure, preferring to work alone and rely on his own abilities rather than trust in others. He trusts his raw power to get out of dire situations. Strong constitution is one of his strong points. Would you like to continue with the detective character? Nope. But the page mentioned we can check, can have 4 characters, or 1 second. Yeah, you can play up to 4 characters. Maybe I misunderstood that. Maybe we can only select 1 character and not a party of 4. Shaman. The shaman was a mysterious figure, revered and feared by all who encountered him. He was said to possess the power to commune with the spirits of the land, summoning forth the ancient energies of the earth to do his bidding. He was garbed in the traditional robes of his people, adorned with intricate patterns and symbols that spoke of his connection to the spirits and the land. He is very good at defensive and healing spells, and some ranged offensive ones. And we got the Scholar. Also, very nice art here. The Scholar was a man of great learning, his mind constantly thirsting for knowledge and understanding. From a young age, he had devoted himself to the study of the ancient texts, poring over dusty tomes and crumbling manuscripts in search of answers to the mysteries of the universe. He was a solitary figure, preferring to spend his days poring over ancient texts and studying the secrets of the universe, but he was not afraid to take action when the situation called for it, and he was always ready to use his vast knowledge and understanding of the ancient ways to overcome any obstacle that lay in his path. He is good in defensive and offensive spells, also a little bit in physical attacks, but not an expert in both sides. Yeah, let's take this guy. Alright, we have 100 health, as they all have. And we cannot modify that. We have 13 wisdom. 7 strength, 7 proficiency. I have no idea what proficiency is going to be. We are... okay, we are the weakest here. So the question is whether or not it makes sense to just increase the strongest point, or if it makes sense to have a better balance. So at the moment I have no idea here. You have a certain number of skill points to spend. These points can be used to enhance existing skills further. Yeah, it would be nice to have any idea what these mean. So let's just distribute them somewhat evenly. And I guess defense is good for everyone, so let's just put them into defense. Alright. Would you like to take the tutorial? Yes. Well, this is kind of a stupid question, right? You don't answer an either or question with yes and no. So I guess yes means that we take the tutorial. Oh, nice minimap. Alright, top-down map. It reveals the hidden nodes as you move. Hotspot icon. You can free look around and search for interactable points in every node. HP and experience indicators. Experience indicator shows the remaining points to level up. Left and right hand slots showing the weapon and objects at hand. Every enemy in the game has a health bar above their heads, and this indicator shows the current condition of enemies. If they notice you and start to attack, the text changes from idle to attacking. Ah, okay. WSD is movement. That's not available. Attack buttons. In-game menu. And inventory. Free look interaction. Alright. Would you like to end the tutorial? Yes, please. These, like, the art style is phenomenal. As I laid my eyes upon the curious masks. Oh, that's a bit fast. As I'm onto the curious masks, a sense of unease swept over me, like an icy hand tracing its way down my spine. Okay. I have ventured this far, so I cannot go back anymore. I must proceed. Yeah, I would like that the text speed is adjustable. Unfortunately, we can't change anything in that regard. Okay. It won't budge. Saving. Oh, there's also saving. So we can use the right mouse button to look around, but only 180 degrees, maybe a little bit more. In this picture I could see clouds cloaking the moon, casting an eerie light on the wild and desolate landscape. And the vision is automatically readjusted. Sam doesn't want anyone or anything to get out. Bestiary has been updated. What I call a restless is a malformed creature, an abhorrent mixture of a human and a creeping plant. It seems like the creature roams the halls of the seemingly eternal building to hunt for flesh. Whomever finds this note, please find me. I had lost my way and the track of time. I don't know how many days or weeks passed since I dared to enter this abode of death. I can't muster any power to look for the next anymore. Please don't let my body stay here even if I'm already gone. Let's have a look into our inventory. Perfect. So at least from the visual perspective, this inventory looks great. The only thing you could argue could be maybe nicer is the fonts are a bit all over the place. We have, this is like capital, I don't know, standard font stuff, and this is pixelated. And here we have also a mixture of both. This is just a tiny thing, right? But of course, still, it kind of breaks in the style. But the art here and set up, so it looks great. Now I can not close it by mouse. So I have to press I. Okay. Okay. So when your the mouse is not aligned, and when you do something, it first switches back and then it does the rotation to the intended direction. In this picture, I could see clouds cloaking the moon. All right. There's our crowbar we saw in the screenshots in the tutorial. Drag and drop the weapon into the hand. Yeah, works perfectly fine. Okay, this tooltip, of course, would need to change. That's awesome. And the cool thing is, we had a clock like that in our living room. And it also had this, isn't this Big Ben? I'm not sure, but this this song or whatever you call it, the rhythmic ticking of the device echoed through the room. Thought it were trying to tell a mesmerizing tale from a bygone era? This looks so nice. I mean, this is 3D, but it really feels like you are in a 2D pixel art environment. So the art is just amazing. I mean, some of these things, like these, are 2D. There's also, if you look closely at the wallpaper here, there is some, I think, some shader. I'm not quite sure. This is not on the picture though. An urn pot storing the ashes of God knows who. An urn spot, okay. Okay. I'm just checking if there were any other buttons, but no, I don't think so. Also, the middle mouse button is not doing anything. Can we look into the fire? No. Without this building, it seems like there's nothing but the elements of the ancient darkness. Also, again, great effect. I mean, on the from the visual point, but also the audio. Like you have this. You can hear it now, I think. And like the drops, the rain getting against the window. Only God knows what forbidden knowledge was recorded in those alien and mostly forbidden books, parchments, and half-eaten pages. Half-eaten pages? Ah, there's another. Oh, we can't look at that. Got some cobwebs. The threadbare bookshelf was full of worm-eaten books in unfamiliar languages that spoke of darkness and despair, and I feel their malevolent gaze followed me as I turned away. Dun, dun, dun. And it goes like dum 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 dum, and then 1, 2, 3. Okay. Tick, tick, tack. The bloated crimson sun bank. No, what? Sun sank behind the landscape that defied description. As if my mortal mind could not fathom the sights. Okay. A painting that depicts some hooded figures attacking an unseen viewer. Oh, where's our crossbar? Crossbar? Crowbar. It won't budge. Also nice sound when moving. And it's carpets, right? So I'm wondering if we are walking among above like other floor, if that also changes. The storm outside seems intent on cleansing this place of wickedness and decay. I need a key. Okay, so I must have missed a key. Also on the map you can see that there's another room. This might be a map issue. That this is basically a room which you can reach by a portal basically. But maybe we also have a secret passage here. Who knows? Also nice creaking noises. I clicked on both of these shelves already. There's nothing. We do have the crowbar, so maybe we can open the doors with the crowbar. Maybe we can open the clock. The rhythmic ticking the device echoed through the room as someone were trying to tell him as okay. So pressing 1 or 2 doesn't do anything. Okay, let's go to the first. Oh, here. No, anything to get out. No, using that does nothing. Yeah, pressing these keys also does nothing. We also have a bestiary, but I have no idea. It doesn't seem to be accessible from anywhere. No, not dragging and dropping there doesn't work. I mean, a key would have shown up, right? Can we open these? No. No. Nothing happening there. Nothing here. We can move against. I need a key. I mean, the most logical thing would be to use the crowbar against that thing, but I don't see any that we can do that. Maybe I should just try to use 1 and 2 on all screens, basically. But it feels like it's showing everything, like these magnifying glasses. So if there was a key somewhere, there should be some magnifying glass on the key, I think. Nothing we can do there. Ah, there's a hidden button there. So this was not showing up, right? I just clicked on stuff here. But I don't see what it did. And yeah, the texts are very only showing for a very brief moment. The map is not showing that this room is accessible, so I need a key. Yeah, I'm not even sure what this did now. Ah, okay, there's a... Oh, and a revolver. And some music coming out of that gramophone. No, no, no! There is no escape from this torment. No one soul came out, neither dead or alive, and I was a fool to think that my weak faith could protect me from the Stygian darkness residing inside. The sounds I've heard, the sights I've seen, and the twisted abominations walking among this ruin, they know me very well, know me inside out, the deeds that I've done, the secrets that I have deep inside. The darkness in me is no different than what's abundant here. That's enough, I know. I am weak and a coward who was condemned to walk the path leading into the land of eternal fire. So be it. I will unsheath from the clothings of holy and go forth as I am, naked and unprotected, I hope, in hopes of acceptance to the place I meant to belong. Curiously, the sounds emanating from the horn make me feel alright. Tidally folded garbs of a holy man, and of course, a gun. Yeah, here N wing key, north wing key, pistol, crowbar. Okay. And this room has no doors. Oh. I find it hard to look more than a few seconds at the continents craftily portrayed in this painting. Okay. Tuk. The key is able to unlock the door. Restless, level 1, idle. I would like to shoot, please. But I can't. Pressing the buttons doesn't do anything. I'm not quite sure how it works. Is it real time? Yes, it's real time. And I can't shoot anymore. Nah. Ah, maybe I needed to point the cursor at the end. No, I'm not sure. It was saying that I have 10 shots left or something. So I'm not sure, was the XP something which was not implemented yet? Let me check. Like UI elements also. Yeah, might be that it's temporary. That the XP is not in yet. And this one is also still showing. Even though the guy is dead now. Ah, okay, so yeah, we need to aim the gun, which is not true for this thing, for the crowbar. On the practical usage of the lost design practices of the ancient masonry masters, the gate of horn and ivory creating the duality of Aristoteles, there are certain complex and elegant places built with an intention beyond architectural accomplishment. These places are like gateways to upper realities superimposed over the crude and mundane life. These realities cannot be detected by most of the humankind with their limited gullible sensations. According to the neat practices used in the architectural craftsmanship, an able mason could bind in higher dimension to a lower space with the help of alchemy and geometry. Such an accomplishment would require an extremely deep understanding and a keen comprehension of some quite complex thought systems. Good to know. Some more masks and some clock, which doesn't do much. This is closed down. This apparently we can destroy, yes. Okay. So I hope that there is an option to rest or something. No. I not just traveled here or something? This is where we are coming from. I'm doomed to wander this haunted gateway for all eternity! You cannot leave. They won't allow. This is it? I've been trying almost a month to escape this madness. I need to... Oh, and that's it? Is to be or not to be not the ultimate question? And what could be more dualistic in nature than this decision? Okay, that's dark. Okay, and that's game over then. Alright. Maybe there was another option to finish the game. I don't know. Let's do a speed run. So Veil of Madness. OBS should catch the game in just a bit. Ah, we can continue. Then maybe no speed run. Okay, this is still the first area, so it only saves at this place. And we lost our crowbar. Maybe it didn't save the crowbar. No, I think that's... I think the save game part is not working properly. Is this still open? Yes, it's still open. Okay. Okay, let's start a new game then. Quit and restart. New game. A previous save game found. Would you like to delete it? Yes. Alright. I don't think that the character here made any difference whatsoever. So let's take this guy again and just pump everything into wisdom. Let's see if we are so super wise that we don't need the tutorial. That we find some other solution. So this one thing was adding to the bestiary, which doesn't exist yet, I guess. Okay. So let's also check again regarding this secret, which we opened here. And I think I just randomly clicked on... Yeah, this is maybe a bit complicated. Well, not complicated, but... Yeah, I'm not sure how many people would find that, because that's not an object, it's just a texture. Maybe there should be, like, the head coming out, some polygon model or something, so that it looks more suspicious. Because moving down, leaving the movement thing, or turning to the side, I think the chance that you do that is not super high. Okay. Crowbar. Gun. We also have 3 other slots which are not used there yet. Alright. Restless level 1. Yeah, let's do the rest. That way. It also looks like it doesn't have any hit points anymore, and it's still living. Okay. Also a good situation to talk about the perspective. So we see just a little bit of left and right, but yeah, not. I think, yeah, it could be a little bit further back, so just that we have a little bit a better orientation of where we can go. If the game stays in this kind of environment, it might not be a big problem. Because here you have everything so fleshed out, like you really know this is a room over there, and the structure of the house, and you come into a room and it's not just 6 random tiles in that room, like yeah, like in the room we were before. I don't know, it was 6 or, but you get what I mean. Like everything is very well designed, very distinguished from every other tile, and so you have a very different kind of orientation here, and it might not be that necessary as in other games to have this this good orientation. I think it's still, I mean, you can see where you, for example, that you have a wall to the left, or let's turn around this. In this case, that we have a wall to the right and wall to the left, and if we turn around, this is now getting a bit more complicated, right? Yes, if you look over here, you can see that there is a path to the left, but otherwise you wouldn't be able to see that. So this could be adjusted by pulling the camera back or changing the field of view. I don't know if that's something you'd want to do, if that's like some conflicting with some other concepts of the game, because the idea might be that you are further up front and it's not to a degree here that it's very disorienting. It's just also not helping the orientation. So I think I wouldn't hold it against the game. It's just something which, yeah, which I want to mention anyways. Regarding the movements, I think with these long corridors, it would be nicer if you can also hold the W key to move forward. You can press that repeatedly, and the movements are queued up. So if you move forward right, the turning is being done right away. And the movement forward is also being queued up, but in a reasonable way. So if I press W 2 times, we only move 1 tile. But you can see that the game has a smooth out and then stops. But if we press W a second time before the first one is completed, it's still in the like smooth out phase, then it's already accepting new inputs. So is queuing up, just not at all times, but only like the second half of the step, which is perfectly fine, I think. But I would still, in this environment where you have to run these longer corridors, I think it would be beneficial to queue up forward, not queue up, to keep the forward button pressed, so that you can run across the hallways. I think we ran out of ammo, right? Not showing anything, but... It won't budge. And now we are back at start. Complex systems. I don't think that there's anything. Oh, one thing I'm just noticing. The map does not update until our full movement is complete. So if I do multiple moves forward, the map will only update once I'm completely finished with my move. Ah, there was another... Had I just not traveled that way? Yes. Ah, okay. So it's triggering that response every time when we go on that tile, no matter which direction we're coming from, which is a bit of a glitch, I would say. Yeah, I don't know if you can, if there are different endings or something in there. Or basically if that's unavoidable. I'm doomed to wander this hallway for all eternity. I mean, the map doesn't suggest that there is more, but let me just quickly have a look into the comments and see if anything, anyone mentions something about that. Alright, I see that there seems to be no other ending. And I also saw other feedback that they didn't find this button. So yeah, that's something which should be a little bit more obvious. And I think it would already help just to make this like a sticking out polygon model or something. There, because right now it just looks like a random texture and you wouldn't know that you would need to look at that. Maybe even have some eye glowing or something in that regard, which you could then also, I mean, if it's done very discreetly, that maybe it's just shimmering every now and then. Maybe that's an idea. So yeah, overall I think that's an awesome entry. Unfortunately, with some of the features being teased but then not fully implemented, like the save feature is, it saves the game but it's not really doing anything, and it's kind of breaking the game because you are losing the crowbar and I think you will not be able to progress through the next room. The character stats which do nothing, the inventory which is pretty much pointless, the experience which is does not exist, right? There are lots of things which are in, but which are not really in. So that's probably what was meant regarding the interface. But in terms of what is in the game, it's just the implementation is just great. I mean, the visuals, they are perfect on every level, besides of the interface getting stuck or some other interface things. But like the environment in the game, I'm not sure if I saw any other game which has this really pixelated first-person view in 3D, which looks like it's 2D. It's really, really well made. The art in the 3D environment is just amazing. And the 2D art and the interface is also great. But I mean, you have seen great interface art and so on in many games. But this is really outstanding. This is absolutely fantastic. And the sounds. The soundscape is also just great. So I'm not going to shoot myself there. Regarding the steps, I think there's only carpet, right? So all the steps are sounding like carpet because there's always carpet. But let's do another round. Regarding the perspective, as mentioned, it could be just a little bit pulled back. Also interesting, we don't see the left side at all from this perspective. Huh. Okay. I think before, when I was here before, I saw it a little bit. Yeah. That's interesting. Either way, I think the perspective can be pulled a little bit back or change the field of view just a little bit to give a little bit of additional orientation. I think the game is still doing great without that because it is so... Every tile is designed individually, so you automatically have a very good sense of the rooms and where's what. It's not like you are running around and there's a corridor left and right every now and then and you constantly need to reorient yourself. So I think this is a thing which could be changed, but I think for this game specifically it works as it is. For the movement, it does work very well, but again, if there is just a little bit which could be added on top of that, that would be like holding the forward button for a continuous movement forward, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, so the game, otherwise, I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. For what it's here, for what is in the game, I mean, this is very short, but in this shortness is a lot of content regarding models, regarding the objects you can interact with or you can look at, and descriptions and whatnot. So, and sound effects. So, all right, that's the clock. So regarding the content, I would say that even though the playtime is very small, it's very content rich, but also not like super content rich like some other games from the jam are. So it's doing good or very good, but not like on top of the great on this scale, I would say. The duality theme, I don't quite see much of that. You can always make something up. I mean, was there mentioned some duality in the descriptions? I don't think so. Yes, you can always make something up. I didn't perceive duality as very strong topic though. So I wouldn't like give it bonus points or anything for the implementation of the duality theme about having two different phases, or I mean there are 4 characters and they, well, we can actually replay with a different character, but I doubt that anything will be different. Well, let's just let's just try that for the as last thing we do. 1 second. That should just, I mean, yes, you can play through the game within just 1 minute, I guess. Did we check out the credits? Onur and Oral. Alright. New game. Yes. Let's just take the occultist. Maybe he has some different idea about the place. Maybe there are even different texts. Would like to take the tutorial? No, we don't need that. That's the same text, I think. Bestiary. Yeah, bestiary is also something which is not in yet. Yeah, the occultist portrait doesn't fit into this game that well as the other did. So we take this item. This is the same text, I think. Hidden button. Let's take this. Something else. This readjustment is maybe also something which could be smoothed out a bit. So if we are in this look now and we turn right, I think that could be a little bit smoother even. I'm not quite sure. So we got the gun. Yeah, but it looks like everything is the same. Let's go through that. Equip the... We even have the same picture there, so that's kind of... The character selection doesn't do much or anything. Let's also click to continue. No, I'm not doing anything there. I mean, the combat obviously is very simple, but it's also nice that you see the cooldown over there. And that it has a cooldown and you cannot just spam. Though it would be interesting if you can dance. Let's try dancing. Yes. Ah. Oh. I think I broke it. Yeah, I think it readjusted, but you saw that I ran around with the wrong perspective for a bit. Okay. Die! You might be able to dance a bit, but I would need to spend more time on that to figure out what the most effective way to dance is. Also, these corridors are a bit... because you also cannot sidestep. These corridors aren't very deep, like you can't move away for much. And the enemy's response to move forward is quite quick. So you would probably need to... Doom 2, yeah, I think that's exactly the same. So yeah, the characters... I need to end this nightmare. What happens if you don't have a gun anymore. And let's see that. I don't think that this was considered. Well, we actually. This time we have the crowbar still. Okay, I don't think we can. Yeah. I mean, we can burn through all ammo. And I think I did that before. We have no ammo left. So they are relatively quick. And now you can see that the perspective is a bit broken. We need to that, and then it readjusts. Now it can also attack diagonally. And the monsters are also walking diagonally through the walls. So now you can see some of the weaknesses showing up if there's like more combat involved or something. It's nice that the enemy can attack me from further away. That so that dancing is not much of a use, I guess. Maybe you can optimize just a little bit, but alright, so yeah, this will probably lead to the same ending, even though we don't have any ammo left. Yeah. So, yeah, and what could be more dualistic in nature than this decision? Yeah, it is not really a decision, I guess. So, yeah, I don't think that the duality theme is strong here. And we were able to shoot ourselves without ammo. But this is just a small logical issue. This is an absolutely fantastic entry to the jam. Veil of Darkness by... Veil of Madness. Veil of Darkness was in another game. Veil of Madness by SolSkyre. And if you want to check out the game, you will find the link down in the video description. I think the developer even mentioned that he or they wanted to continue developing the game. And I don't know if they will put out updates or even release a commercial game for that. So you will probably also find more info on that on the itch.io page, link down in the video description. If you're interested in seeing more videos about the jam, you can also find my playlist there with all the videos I released so far. And of course, you can also subscribe to the channel to not miss any future videos. And with that, thank you for watching and hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.